Hello, hello. Welcome. See some unfamiliar faces in here. Those of you who celebrated Thanksgiving, I hope it was a good one. I just came back not even 20 minutes ago from mine. So, out since Thursday night. And I have a feeling a lot's happened. I don't know what's happened. But, oh, let's see what's going on. Ah, okay. Interesting. So unfortunate. Make sure my voice mod's also off because apparently last time I was on the server, it was on the entire time, and that was a mistake. But you know, it's what I get. Update something. Ready. Nice. Idiot thing. Action caption. Hmm. High thesis. In case anyone's wondering, I have no idea what's going on right now. Um, I've been out of all of the RP stuff for the last like 3 days now. They being the third day, of course. That I'm glad. I'm glad people are enjoying it. I am stressed to hell. There is the thing that sucks for me right now is um so for those of you who have never seen Halen before or been here, Halen is meant to die. He is a character who would not outlive oh, and I forgot to run the ads at the beginning. Very much out of so I will wait until ads are back. Um that let grab Good. I am doing stuff in Obsidian. Right now, I am kind of keeping some of Obsidian stuff hidden away for the moment, because I have a feeling very soon it's no longer gonna matter. Um, but I think with that, the ad break is done. Um, so really quickly, Halen was not meant to live past 4.0. This is a character specifically for 4.0 and how it runs. Um, I was not expecting him. I was expecting him to live a while, like until the end of 4.0. But he has many perma conditions. He has a lot of things that I have taken from Epo, from I think of some of the other people who like Blau, um, uh, Demok, like how they played their characters and doing what's best for the story, right? That is how I came up with Halen. That is the whole whisper stuff, is how to make story better, how to make like everything better. And the whisper stuff is like the reasoning for everything is because it gives context to everything that's happening in the city and a reason why everything's happening in the city. It is very broad, it is very far reaching. At the same time, it lets people interact in a way that I hadn't seen happen yet. And I wanted to see if it was doable. Um, that being said, with what happened today, I want to say, um, Tuesday, I'm Halen made a mistake, and actually, Halen didn't make a mistake. Firewolf made a mistake. I'm a perfectionist. Um, I made a mistake, which has caused a lot of. Halen's already been pretty like paranoid with what's happened last week, and then Thursday, I want to say it was Thursday, his interaction with Eliza um, has sent him over the limit. He is properly like in hiding. Um, because being told, like, give some context, Halen's ex-FIB. He was attempted to be assassinated by FIB and they failed. But they believed him to be dead. He has since taken on a new identity, has come to this city to try and root them out and expose everything that's happened. And he was trying to do it under the radar. And then he starts hearing bits and pieces. FIB are back in the city, and he's like, "Oh shit, FIB are looking for someone. Oh fuck." Um, and now the people who he's talking to have started going missing. They've started to like disappear, or as far as he knows, uh, Randy was taken. Randall was taken and had something done to him, and then Halen was able to kind of calm him down. But that's the last he's ever heard of him. So what's the first thing he's gonna do is call Randall, see if he's okay. Then if he's also gonna be calling Margot because Margot's the other person who kind of just disappeared for a little bit, and has given him some information. He wants that. Then he'll be probably calling Eliza. Then Gareth, uh, because he needs to give Gareth something because I don't think I have yet. We'll need to give Gareth something, and then from there, we'll probably decide whether or not he's going to talk to Helios or not. Um, he needs to get things figured out first. whether he's safe, what's happening in the city, because he's been gone. He's tried to hide for a couple days just to let things maybe play out and then come back and see what's going on. Is why he is dressed very differently. Um, and there are going to be some things that I'm going to metaguard today, because I think it's important, for other people to be the ones who get access to it, um, right now. Not saying you guys won't see it or you won't like hear about what it is, because you will hear what it is. The point is, Halen's at the point where he is getting his ducks in a row and he's making sure if anything happens to him, the city has a chance. It's a smaller chance. It's a much smaller chance. And it was already a small chance to begin with. But they still have one. Um, and so, in some ways, I will say being away for a couple days was really helpful. I was able to, in my own way, kind of mourn the character, because the character is probably, I'm unsure what's going to happen today and tomorrow. I'm also coming out of being having elevation sickness for the last 2 days. Um, I was not doing well, so I'm also on about 4 to 5 hours of sleep currently. After now driving 3 hours today, so gonna be a little less involved, probably a little more loopy. But I also know there's timetables, for people and things to happen, and I want to give people ability to lay things out how they would like to. Um, that being said, I'm not reaching out to anyone. Um, I'm not changing what Halen does. I'm merely trying to make this story as good as possible. Please understand that in a lot of ways, I'm here just to make this continue. Your good thesis, I understand. You don't have to explain. Um, I'm not here to ruin anyone. I'm not here to take away anything from anyone. Um, there is so much here that's available, and part of what I love about this right now, I'm very new to this, but part of what I love about it already is no one knows what's happening. None of the people role playing, none of the viewers, no one knows what's going to happen next. And I think I have some pretty good, like Halen has some pretty good ideas of what he's going to do. Um, he's already started working on one part of it, uh, before I left. Um, if you haven't seen, basically the end of last stream had Halen talking to Louis Blanc of Hades and giving some context to him. Um, there is, if Halen believes he is at risk, uh, turning to a gang for protection and giving them something they need or want to protect himself and making sure this moves forward is something he will do. It's not something he'd like to do. He can avoid it, he will. But he's about to start working with every single gang in the city. So him jumpstarting it a little bit with someone who he believes he can turn to in a time of crisis, which Louis was there for multiple times now, is like, all right, I can do this. And I'm going, like, it's something I might do. Um, Halen is not naive, in some ways. In other ways, he's very much naive. Um, he also doesn't have a lot of information about some of what's going on. I will say, the last time Whisper talked to AK at the when AK was in the waits on the sea or by the ocean, Halen did hear footsteps behind the camera multiple times. Um, he doesn't know necessarily what that means. He just knows other people were around. And he doesn't know if AK was shouting or not. So if AK was shouting, people know. If he wasn't, then people don't, but people were keeping an eye, which is concerning, to say the least. But Whisper, if nothing else, tells the truth. Always. What is stated again today, AK or the Gorillas, someone in the Gorillas is going to be getting a call and asked to provide the question they want asked or answered, and it will be provided. What that's going to be, who knows? Um, some exciting things might actually happen with it, and I am very much looking forward to if they ask certain questions. It's going to blow some people's minds, um, mainly viewers. I think you guys will see some stuff. That being said, real quick, I need to check the thing, and then we'll head out. Um, Go ahead and these because they're needed. And now we come back. Sorry, just things I don't want necessarily you guys to see yet or be able to activate. Good. First things first. Getting out and getting some food. What that do first? There it goes. I need to drop the things off. So, if stuff doesn't happen today, that's fine. Tomorrow I plan on streaming for 12 hours. So, or longer, depending upon how things work. Try and reset the room. I have a feeling it's me, because if you've noticed, like, I have to alt look at stuff for it to work, not how it should work. I might take a quick nap just to make sure. And normally I don't have I do all this explaining as we go and do stuff today because of how things are happening and how things might happen. I have no idea, and so as far as I know, I could be picked up right outside these doors, which would be annoying. Okay, I need to take a nap. I can't access any of this, and it is not good. So, quickly, this, the little splash screen we got, and we'll move on. I hope the rest of you have had a good couple days. Those who I see every once in a while in here, or who regularly come around. Hope you guys have had good times. I am very excited for what's to come. Also, those of you who are new, if you have any questions about Halen, you can ask them. If they're, for the most part, if I have said it in character, I will repeat it to chat. If I have not said it in character, I will simply say no one knows yet. Um, Mainly because I like people having like viewers to me. 'Cause I was a viewer for for 6 months. Um, I enjoy figuring stuff out at the same time that the streamers or the players do. Um, I don't necessarily like getting information ahead of time all the time. In some cases, it's nice. It's like a good heads up, like, oh, this might be what happens. Um, by the way, this is the screen. That picture right there is probably my favorite picture I've taken so far. And if if he ever passes, will definitely be the picture that just stays um until you know until it's done. Really quickly, I am going to do a quick ad while we load in. That way there won't be any pre-roll ads for anyone who comes in for the next hour. I hate pre-rolls. I hate having people seeing them. I'd rather give you a minute now instead of a 3 minute in the middle of something. So I won't move while the ad break plays, but here we go. Do it right now. All right, and we're back. Pre-rolls don't run for people for a while. It's about 45 minutes. Great. We're gonna go get food first. Food and drink to last us basically until storm. And then we're gonna start asking some questions. Hi, Potato Wedge. How are you doing? Also, quickly go. Oh. Switch over to instrumental only. Thanks for the follow, Talos. Talos. Highlight. How are you?
Coming back.
Yeah, she didn't remember the vents. Running nothing. Yes, it's traumatic listening to this right now.
Yeah, realistically, it doesn't sound like a fun time because we literally went to get rid of the senior buns and ended up taking her into the sewers.
I'm kind of glad to be back home. I've been out
and feeding the rats. Yeah. when I think about it,
glad to have been able to give you some new person. Hello. I'm doing all right. Right?
I don't know if I should have.
Got a little bit of.
I remember her saying some stuff that was kind of crazy.
Because I've been
stuff she'd done as a doctor.
Up at 14 or 15,000 feet for 2 days, and my
What did you say?
I
my
can't actually
stomach
remember. I
and
just remember it
body
being
just
unhinged.
did not like it.
And that doesn't help.
Um,
She
what-
remembered you
which
being
it usually was okay
She
before,
had
but
witnessed
now, you know,
Yeah.
and
it was just kind of like,
No, she didn't though, because I never ate a rat, so she's just lame.
I still
But
got
to be fair, how many times have you ended up in the hospital? Like how often do you visit the
like,
emergency services?
I'm hoping.
Me?
I also
Not very
realized
often,
my car
actually.
had completely
Have you
smashed
ever woken up in the
Dep-
emergency services with
depends
on
if she's
Thursday
driving.
night because I was
Oh,
driving
yeah, that's happened
kind of
before, yeah.
recklessly.
But maybe you forgot that you ate rats then, innit?
Yeah.
I didn't eat rats.
I
Nah,
myself
you might have
was
Good
forgotten.
night, Cummy.
He was evaluating his.
Good night.
I mean, both vehicles that I own are probably pretty wrecked. You know, it's what it is. Whew. Oh, that hurts Halen's soul. All that trash, all the trash bags right there. Typically when Halen wakes up, he collects every trash bag he sees and he does like a solo sanitation run everywhere. Yeah, I'm glad you got it back.
In the future, when I'm more up good.
Should we make her go on the bank with us?
Yeah, fuck.
Hello.
Yeah, I think we have.
Ooh,
Hello.
there you are. Can I get 4 combos, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The sound barrier today is really strong, it appears.
No worries. Sometimes I'm shy.
You shy?
Yeah, I'm a shy person. Can't you tell? I'm a very shy person. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep. You put so much out on Twitter. You are so shy.
That's hilarious. There we go.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too. I've never asked how she actually pronounces her name because it's AKA AK. So like, is it just Akak? Is that literally how you want it to be pronounced? Or is it something else? First off, trying to see what has happened in the city so far. Let's do that. Thanks for the ball. Oh, is it supposed to be retrospect? Is it, or is it art like feature? And I am always bad at that. My brain's just like, oh, it's retro. No, it's not. There's a B there. Hopefully you're having a good day. Oh boy. There's a lot of people in here. Oh no. Yeah, it is retrospect. Cool. I got it. Stuff has started happening. Do what we normally do. Go looking for info. So, give you guys an idea. Anytime Halen goes into the hospital, there's 2 reasons. There's someone in the ICU, or he is going for a job, or to like start working. If he needs information or is interested in reports, he comes here to City Hall because he can access everything without signing in, which means no one knows he's in the city. I want you all to understand, Halen is super paranoid right now. He doesn't want anyone knowing he's awake as much as possible. At the same time, he is going to try and act as normal as he can. Because people who see you, if you act abnormal, remember you more. Wow, it just ran another ad. That sucks. Also, I'm eating because I did not have lunch or breakfast. It is almost 4 o'clock. So there will be times where I am silent. I am eating. Let's take a quick look. Okay.
You are not permitted back in the courthouse.
Oh, yuck.
Amber,
I need you to put your hands up, please.
she's running up.
Oh, yuck. Oh, yuck. There's so many.
This isn't funny anymore.
There's so
Amber,
many.
get back here, Amber.
There's so many.
This is ridiculous, Amber. Amber, you can't be in this courthouse.
Why not?
You are not prohibited to be here. She's running out the back.
Not chase her. She just wants attention.
Yeah, she went out the north ground floor door towards the marshal's office.
She's back in, heading up the stairs.
Oh, yuck! Oh, yuck! Oh, yuck!
Sorry, guys. He is right now, to say the least, fucking terrified.
Going for Molotov.
Rain was an informant.
Going for Molotov.
Like, not completely yet, but was partially. So that shit is nuts. And is again, just to give you guys an idea, he's been gone for 3 days.
And what?
1, 2, 3, 4 out of like 3, 6, 9.
The whole PD for this?
6 of the 10 are people he knows.
I'm going back up to the top floor.
She's back inside. Amber, if you
It's
pull
at
the
the base
Molotov
of the
out,
main
you're gonna
stairs.
be shot. Do you understand?
Hey, what the?
So yeah, he's not. Like, this is just adding more and more to his paranoia at the moment. Oh boy. I have a feeling I might be getting hunted. Went from 18 to 29. That is nuts. All right. Well. We are gonna go ahead and make a couple calls.
Yo, what's up?
We need to meet now. Some shit has happened.
Okay.
can't meet right now, that's fine. I just as soon as you're able.
I can meet you right now. Let me give you my pick. It's 343. Should I wear something special?
Yeah.
All right. See you soon.
See you soon. It was 343. Remembering that correctly? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'm gonna do real quick. Is flip the car. What the hell did I hit to flip it? Also, hi Rocky. Also, for everyone who is new here, and there's probably a lot of you, just to give you guys a heads up, you will notice most, if not all, well, I shouldn't say most, all but I think one track that I have on the playlist is over 100 BPM. It's 100 or higher. The reason, because Halen has a heart condition where his standard heart rate is 100 BPM. So he can yes, Cat Lady, I 100% would be. Right, again, right now, it's a lot harder to do because of again, I have that BPM limit that I am very much holding to for this character. But other characters, like the ones that'll come afterwards, 100% I would love to hear or like see more. Finding good like instrumental or like cinematic music is hard. I've been trying, especially ones over 100 BPM. It's not easy. Like this is one of my favorites that's playing right now. The mask is only when he's Whisper. He wears nothing. He is a Civ otherwise. So, the only time the mask comes on is, oh, sweet. I don't have one cat lady, unfortunately. That is the next thing I'm planning on having happen. But I have been putting my efforts into a different type of Discord. And if it, we'll see if it ever comes out to be something. But yeah, next up is my own. Again, for me, I've only been streaming for not even 2 months. I've been role-playing for less than 4. So I am missing a lot of stuff because, well, still new and still kind of. Oh yeah, Cat Lady, I'll definitely remember you and let you know once it's made. What was I going? Oh, I'm gonna quickly. It's having another ad. I want to play it before Gareth gets here, so that you guys don't miss anything when it happens. Because right now it's a little bit of a downtime. So I don't want you guys missing anything when it comes to what's about to happen. So we'll be back in a minute. I wish I didn't have to run ads. I really do. This is not, I am doing this for entertainment purposes. I am not doing this for money. But Unfortunately, now there is ads because, you know, that is what it is. I'm
What's up?
under the tracks, by the way, so don't.
All right.
So don't assume it's on.
Okay. We'll do.
So
See you soon.
see you soon.
All right.
Hilarious part is like, how much can I hide? But right now he's not like that. No one's really gonna drive past this. This is unfortunately also a bad habit Halen has picked up, is leaning. I shouldn't say it's a bad habit. It is a habit that he picked up. One thing I will say, I was stressed. I have been stressed all week. Like, since Thursday, my stress levels have been fucking high. They are going to probably maintain to be high until after tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to decide one of two things. More than likely. Yes, Rocky, ads. First, hold on to that. It's just in case you can't contact me for 2 days. Check there.
All right.
Tell you everything you need to know. Number 2. 3 people have been targeted recently, all connected to Whisper. One has had a lobotomy. The other one has been shot multiple times. The third one was also shot multiple times and died.
Who was the third?
Rain Farley. Whoever had the, he had a SIM card on her, but someone texted back saying, letting me know what has happened. It is one of 2 people. It is Q, or it's Charles. Double check. Carter Xavier Jones. One of those 2 had gotten a SIM card. So I need to figure that out today. But that came secondary to making sure you're aware of. I might be having to meet up with Edgar and Brandon tomorrow. I'm trying to get some protection for that from Hades.
What do you think is going on here, Halen?
I think the FIB have found a trail and are following it.
You think this is the FIB targeting you?
I think so. That's all it can be.
Yeah. No,
In-
that's.
In
I mean, it's
2 days, 3 of people I recruited were targeted.
how were they compromised?
I don't know. I saw Margot bought out earlier, so I'm going to be calling her and trying to find out what the hell happened. Randy's as good as gone at this point with a lobotomy, so he's got a lot's going on up there, unfortunately. And well, we can't really ask Rain. Rain
'Cause
might
he's
be
worm food.
might be secondary thing, because if they, again, I have to figure it out. I think it's Carter has it now, so he'll be the next step in figuring out what happened. Margo will be
Right.
first, Carter second. We have all of the gorillas back today. Told them that they get to ask one question, the first ones who figured everything out, and I will answer it regardless of how I feel. If it hurts me, us, it's important that trust is built regardless.
Yeah.
And then Helios, though, if I remember correctly, Margot said to not trust him, nor trust the gorillas. So I'm trying to get verified why.
Well, in any case, if that message got to you, then it's wise to take extra precautions, even though we don't really know what for at this point.
That's usually how I operate.
Yeah, I know. You're very cautious.
Feels like I haven't been recently. I got seen Thursday by the gorillas.
Whisper or Halen?
Halen,
Seen where?
Vespucci, next to their territory, was setting up their reward. And one of them found me. Asked some questions, got my name, but it's not an odd thing to maybe put two and two together when a random guy is in Vespucci, and then 20 minutes later, Whisper gives a call, then also shit shows where the camera is, and right next to where the guy was found earlier.
Yeah. Listen, people in this city are paranoid.
Yeah.
So they will put together things that don't even make sense, but they will connect the dots wherever there is a possible connection to be made. They will make it. So we have to be extra cautious here.
We do. Which is why, potentially, on Saturday, I might need 2 whispers.
Yeah. You know, I said I would.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to help in that regard, especially if it keeps you going here. Ultimately, it's important to remember, Halen, is that you're the guy with a plan here.
Thank
If
you, Beautiful Soda.
If
Following.
this fails, it'll be because you aren't heading it. We have to prioritize the fact that there are a lot more lives than our own at stake.
Yeah, but I also can't put other people's lives at risk. Just for my sake.
It's not just your sake, Halen, it's everyone's. They're not putting their lives on the line just for you. They're putting it on the line for everyone.
Asked me something before you agreed to join along.
That's true. You're right. I did. And I remember your answer.
Yes.
But that was then.
An answer
now.
is words only go so far, only go as far as actions are willing to take over. And action needs to take over for that, first and foremost.
You're right. You're right. You said before that you were willing to get your hands dirty for this, and I'll be honest, I had my apprehension about it because you mentioned your past with the FIB. And for a lot of people, having a sort of background like that means that you are compromised. You'll forever sympathize with that side of things. And
I worked.
I have to admit, I was a bit suspicious, and it would, many of these people, you know how the FIB works. They're willing to
Hmm?
play the puppet master, get other people to do their dirty work, put themselves at risk, get their hands dirty, and then at the end of the day, just abandon them because they're loose ends.
Yes, exactly. Fortunately,
I know.
there's a lot of
I
people
know
who
you're not
don't
going to do
recognize
that.
I don't want to. There's another part of this in which I worked for 10 years in a crime family. I know how that side works too. I made good friends in that family. People who, if given any other option, would have turned out better than I could have. They didn't have that option.
Look, if you mentioned people are going missing or being targeted or whatever, we don't know what's causing the leak. It could be anything. It could be anyone. It could be someone that we've chosen to place our trust in. We don't know. And if something happens to you, Halen, we're fucked. I can't do this on my own. I cannot pick up where you left off and see this to fruition. If something happens to you,
it ends.
Everybody dies.
Maybe. There are other people who are like-minded. Eliza at Epsilon. Like me.
She's aware of me, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know.
Well, I mean, not in this capacity. I mean, I kind of got roped into joining her new Epsilon
That's
thing.
fine.
Yeah, I kind of had to play the part.
In all
We kidnapped
honesty,
an EMS. I got arrested.
New Epsilon, one of the only places in the city that I think if I wasn't doing this, I would have joined wholeheartedly. The message she has and what she wants, very much in line with what I want.
Do we have a contingency in place if something does happen to you? I know you plan to.
That note I just gave you. And after that, it's on you to decide. I haven't made out that you get everything of mine. Everything. Problem with that is that ties you directly to me. You also get targeted.
At this point, Halen, if the worst happens to you, then they know. Like, that's the only connection that they could figure out that I'm involved with all of this is through you. So
yeah, and they won't.
It makes no difference in the end. I mean, honestly, at that point the gloves are off.
At that point, you get out. At that point, you don't come back to the city. Get you, your friends, out of here.
Is there nothing that can be done to stop what's coming?
The only thing is if the 7th happens and 75% of the gangs point in, then there's a chance.
Speaking of, they were having some trouble with that message. I had to show them how to figure it out. The Visionaire cipher using the tools that we had available. One unforeseen consequence is that when you're scanning the letters, the handwritten notes in the book, out like onto an electronic device, and then so you can copy paste it to places, it retains its font and formatting, so the tools do not recognize it as text. It sees it as a bunch of symbols. You have to clean it into Unicode characters before it will recognize what the letters actually are.
Good to know.
So
Going
yeah,
forward,
that.
I'll keep it how it was.
Have you received any other messages?
Which is probably why. My problem is there's no one I have who basically burned themselves to tell others what you have to do.
Look, I have to admit, after I helped them, I did say to I helped Alice out with it. She was the one who found the note and was tasked with decoding it. I know she's associated with ADMC.
Yes, she is.
And she'll likely share this information
Shang, I guess.
with Shang. So I hope it spreads further than that. But
I doubt
yeah.
it.
I told them that I didn't. I told Alice that I didn't want to be associated with it. Like I was just showing her how to do it, but I under the pretense that I don't really want to be their cipher guy solving ciphers. That I got lucky, whatever. That's the excuse I gave. I'm trying not to be too obvious, but they are very, very good at figuring things out here.
Yeah.
She's talked publicly about who the note on the door was left for. And how they could have figured out that who was it for? Was it for Alice or was it for Phoenix? And how did they know that she lived there? Was it for the runaways? She has thought about it, and she's basically she's in a position to point me out as the person who left the note already, which is kind of crazy.
This is Gareth Graves. He runs with
So
the
I don't know.
Runaways, which is
Honestly,
Alice Omen and Phoenix
once
Fari.
if shit hits the fan any more than it already has, then I might have to just straight up come out and help them.
That's fine. You do. It's okay. You got approached earlier. That's it. It is.
Yeah.
You got approached. And you are able to get more information. Been able to help more because of that. Given nothing to Whisper. You realistically given very little and nothing that hurts the Runaways for that matter.
I mean, yeah, and I basically told you that their prime minister, the ADMC's prime minister, was Barry Benson. That's pretty much the only bit of useful information that I've given you, and it's publicly available.
Again, it was not been a lot, and that's not what I've been needed from you anyway.
Of course.
But going forward, you do what you need to protect yourself. If they want a meeting with me, meeting with Whisper, that can be done. If that smooths everything out.
Listen, I'm gonna say this once. If you mentioned before that you might need me to take up the mask and to pretend to be Whisper in order to draw suspicion off of you. You mentioned that they found you as Halen and might be able to draw conclusions here. If you need me to do that, say so. If it helps, if it keeps things going for a while longer, do it.
It would be tomorrow, but I would also have to be present. It would be you and me, who is Whisper, me as myself.
So yeah, well, I mean that realistically it would need to be a situation where both Halen and Whisper would be present. Yeah.
And in some ways it might be useful, but depending upon what's going on, we need people with guns. Like that's, if the meeting happens tomorrow, protection is needed.
What are the chances that Hades is going to back you on this?
5%.
And if they don't?
Then I go out there expecting to be shot, probably. Because Brandon already didn't like Whisper to begin with. He said as much when we first met. Edgar wanted proof, and despite there now being proof out there, he hasn't contacted or done anything about it. What he said he was going to do hasn't done it. It reads.
Wait. Did you give him access? You said you gave him access to the database, right?
No, they weren't a part of that.
Oh, right. But I could have sworn that you were talking about Edgar and Nino. And
Nino,
the
I showed a
database.
part of the database, just so because he needed to see what we could do. So I showed him that. If he showed that to Edgar and Brandon,
I mean,
that's out
we're
of
just endlessly speculating at that point.
Exactly. I don't know. I'm assuming he did. That is. Nino brought them in. He trusts them. Problem is, from the little bit I know of Edgar, he makes promises. The first promise he keeps, always. The second one he keeps until it interferes with the first. The third, he keeps until it interferes with the second or the first. I'm at least number 3.
Do you trust him?
No. Be foolish. He hasn't shown me anything to trust him for. He has asked for things. He's provided nothing more than saying we scouted the FIB building, there was nothing there. And then right after we had that meeting, right after about 3 days later, someone else came up and was like, hey, stuff is at the FIB building. I've been given nothing else. After that, the person who was looking up, that was... We should start moving.
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
And we move.
Okay, they're gonna know that I was here.
You can just get in your car and we'll move.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
It's all good. All right. But yeah, so Gareth Graves, first person Halen really met in the city, basically took him under his wing, showed him everything. He's worked with most of the gangs in the city at this point, on and off. It's been pretty good. It's far enough. Insane.
Right.
So, where were we?
What happens on the 7th? And is it wise to put yourself at risk before we can even carry out the main part of the plan?
The 7th is part 2 of the main plan. It's literally the second. It's what starts part 3 and 4. So, unfortunately, the 7th has to happen. No matter what. It will, at the very least, shine a light, unintended, on what's going on in the city.
Well, we can only hope that they figure out. I mean, I literally, for Alice, I gave her the decoded message, I guess
There-
the rest is up to her.
There is a way. I am planning on taking a little bit of a risk again this week, saying I have cracked a cipher and trying to find the rest of another. Basically, having people ask me, because I set a bunch over at Chumash, on the pier, at a house, by the 24/7, places that the raiders would be at, because I didn't have a direct raider house.
They'll find it.
I don't know. The last time I checked, the one by the pier was still there. The one by a rock where they had been selling weed was still there. The one by the house was gone, but I don't know if it was from them or from a storm. And so I'm just going. Okay, I picked one up at the pier while it was going and looking at sunset, as I do. Sunrises and sunsets.
Look, I don't know if they're smart enough to even figure it out.
I don't know either, and that's why being a point of contact for most gangs of I already have the answer to this. You can pay me, or you can give me more information about the other cipher that I'm trying to figure out. I only have 4 parts, and it's at least 5, if not more. My guess is it's at least 8, with the possibility of up to, I guess, would be 20. But that's a big range, and I can't brute force it with the type of cipher it is.
Yeah. I'll admit a lot of this stuff goes over my head.
Yeah, well,
I didn't exactly play with spy tools and making ciphers and encrypting things as a kid, you know?
neither
There's
did
some
I.
that did, but
Stuff that you had to learn, you went under deep cover. How to make ciphers, how to feed them at dead drops. Do it fast. One I have is not meant to be done fast. It's meant to be done. You have to know a full key. If you know the full key, it can be done relatively 10 minutes. If you don't have the key, it's near impossible. The whole point.
so what's next? Just being patient and waiting for more to find more.
Yeah, at this point, I was told that they found the cipher at the FIB building. Not told where, just that it was at the FIB. As you know, I'm going nowhere near that place.
Yeah, understandable.
But I'm planning on calling Margot for this, Eliza for her, and then I need to make the call to AK. Figure out what question he wants answered. He's going to most likely ask who's involved.
Listen, you do what you have to.
I
Don't
will.
worry about me.
I'll do that too, anyways. You're a part of everyone, Gareth. More importantly than that, you're friends who I care about.
Well, the feeling is mutual, Helen. I don't want to have to attend another funeral after I've only been in the city for a few months. Especially not for someone that I don't know how to phrase it, I guess. Took under my wing, helped them out, but
Mhm.
you know, I didn't expect this for you. I'm simultaneously very proud to know you and also extremely worried.
Yeah, that seems about right. Don't worry too much. Won't do you any good. All I'll sell you is if you have, as you have already been doing, if you need money, let me know. I have a decent chunk of change still lying around.
I have to say, working with the ADMC has kind of solved my money problems for the
Good.
foreseeable future.
Make sure you upgrade your car then, as much as you can.
Mm.
I am regretting not upgrading this fully, but next up is the engine block.
Yeah, that's gonna set you back about 300,000.
And that means I will have about 300,000 left over.
Yeah. Also, it has to. The engine bay has to be able to
Hold it.
support it. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. Hold
the
it.
3 liter. So
Yeah. No.
there's what 3.5, like 3.5, and then 4.
Yeah. I have to say, I'm very fond of the idea of having a car that is deceptively quick. People see it and they assume that it's a pile of shit, and it's actually like upgraded
Same.
fully.
That is why I'm tempted to do it to a Seminole. But a Seminole is just shit regardless.
I mean, you would be able to take the parts out and put them in something else. It's worth a test.
Yeah.
Maybe not as your first test, but you know, you can try.
And
it
right
out.
now, this is all stage 3s, except for brake, which is stage 4, and dampeners, which are 5.
Yeah, I've got stage 3s in mine.
Still turns like shit. So
Yeah, you need slicks.
yeah.
Or semi slicks at least. The sport tires are it's an improvement, but it's nowhere near what it needs to be.
Yeah, I have sports on this, and I can't tell the difference.
Oh, I can. Look, it's not going to let you go into a corner when you're traveling at over like 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour. But it is significantly better at below those speeds. Like, there's nothing worse than a combination of like stock tires and stock brakes. Like, that'll really fuck you.
Well, thanks for meeting so quickly. Get a little bit busy.
It's good seeing you again, man.
You too. Stay safe. I make no promises of the same. Found the shot at the very end, which is unfortunate, but no, it still worked out. As it stands, we're just gonna wait here for a minute as I need to go to the bathroom. Lean, and I will be right back and run the ad as well, just that while I'm there, we don't have ads going forward. See you in 2 minutes. hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I always love interactions with Gareth. Very fun. But that we give that's very just in case. Not happening. Sure. One. Right. One other thing I wanted to check and I did not check, so we're gonna go back to something I thought of. And I need to write down anyways is a specific ID number that I need. And I don't have it. And part of me is terrified of learning what it is. Because it could be something that is really cool and like completely unintended. But otherwise, like not like completely just how it is. So we'll give you guys a little bit of a hint of something, potentially. I shouldn't say potentially, I'll 100% give you guys something. But it's not like it's the first time. There is a big part of me that is like, can't wait for, it sounds really messed up, can't wait for Halen to die because of the amount of stuff that's like just so fucking perfect, and like stuff that you guys don't know is a thing that like I'm not sharing and won't share until like until his arc, the role arc, is done. Because he'll never tell a soul, or more than likely he'll never tell a soul. There's, as I've thought of, there's two ways, and they are very, like, they're not gonna happen, I don't think.
Yeah, he didn't start till like 1/2 the hour.
This warrant I'm gonna write for Ember is going to be the fattest warrant I've ever seen.
Yeah. We were late as well.
Because of what, Molotov?
Here.
No, because
Yeah, I
you
don't
punched
really
me for
Actually, I'm gonna do this. Sorry, guys. I really Sorry. That is one of the things that I'm like, yeah, nope, you guys don't get to learn. Sorry. But it does create some arrest. Six. So 400. Oh, go profiles. Like the 134s into the 136s.
Every day we deal with this all throughout our shift for the last 4 months.
So there's a.
I'm numb to it. This is like second nature.
The MDT might have just broken. We'll see. I desperately want to see something.
Yeah, definitely sometimes.
So in the book that we were given and have found, there is an ID 13526 that's listed. There is, as you will all see shortly,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
62.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck once it's not anybody on our
Why is everyone all of a sudden appearing?
What?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, Elliot, yeah, we already know.
But there's a gap. There's like a big gap. Somewhere. Maybe it's fixed and it was just a broken MDT. Might have been. Like, because when I was looking at it, it was huge. It was like almost 100, like 100 IDs weren't included. I think I showed it to, remember who I told? I told someone, and they looked it up and they were like, yeah, no, there's not. He was Nino. There's just a gigantic, like, chasm.
Found not guilty of embezzlement. Only a few more charges now to be on robbery/negligent ownership of a firearm, etc. Holy shit, he's walking out of here. He is walking out of here.
Does Kevlar melt on your skin like polyester?
I don't believe so.
Why'd you ask?
I put my vest on.
I'd say it's 13526. That's just the number I have in my head. But that wasn't in there either. Right? God dang it. I hate my brain not being fully, like, around right now.
No, we're gonna let Ember inside and just throw a Molotov in there for you, Forte.
5.
What?
Oh my god, don't tease me with a good
Do you want me
time.
to-
Oh, yeah,
do you want me to watch
that
your
works,
back while you do
that
it,
lady.
hold it or something?
We can all, I can take one side and
Definitely look into it.
Playing on the 3rd floor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it's this. It's 13520 all the way to 13547. 27 in between, but it also does it again. 47 to 73 has nothing in between, which is crazy. That's, you know, inside of 50 numbers, only one having a profile shouldn't be a thing. Because, like, there's really not another one of those giant gaps anywhere that I've been able to notice, which is, you know, you're jumping, right? You're jumping 27 and then another 26, which is
That
so
pine
many.
cone's still in your ass, Frodo.
Roll
Tide, baby.
But it is. No one is calling back. Margot's not calling.
Yeah. I gotta go to PD and I gotta be away.
There's really not a reason to call Randall. Did lobotomy. Only to like increase stress further, potentially. Got a little bit more. I can't get another camera. Because while I am in hiding, in a way, I am. I think the really funny part about most of this is I cannot be the one who creates groups for anything. Because then my name shows up. Right now, I am... Again, person's died. 2 people have been shot. 1 has had a lobotomy done. Basically, forget everything you know. OC, know exactly what happened. I see no fucking idea until we're just playing it like this was done because he knew too much. Someone made him forget. Someone tried to make Margot forget, and for some reason it didn't work on Margot. And then someone tried to make Rain forget. Did it permanently. As it stands right now, there is no reason to... There's multiple reasons. Just... right, I need... shit, I forget who it was. Falconer, I don't think. I'll have to look it up. Halen got a, tried to get his weapon license. No, the MDT broke for the guy, for the judge. And so he's like, I won't bill you until it goes through. And it's now been, you know, almost 3 days and it still hasn't gone through. Or it might have tried to get through and just didn't effectively work. The hilarious part, and something I noticed, is I got it and then got my picture taken because Halen used to not have a picture on his MDT profile. I got it the day that he got caught. So if they had looked the day before, there would have been no photo. So it literally was just like perfect timing. Like that shit was perfect on so many levels. Which is great. Like I love that. I love that as a thing. There's certain things that happen in it, like, again, I think one of the coolest things that happened, and yeah, I did not. Or if I did, it was fully masked, so like you can't really make out a lot of details. But this was the first one that was completely unmasked and also had his current hair color, because he changes his hair color frequently, and his first one would have been blue. It was like one of the first when he first got into the city. But yeah, it just worked out. The other thing I think is really funny, Halen's starting phone number, let's see, 420-666-1035, which is actually just 0, 1 and 5 is 6, so 1 and 3 6s. So 0, 3 6s. So it's 666-0-666, if you want to read it that way. And then the very first SIM card I bought, because this was, again, Whisper was the entire point of Halen. First SIM card I bought, 420-700-6666, quad 6, or quad 6. And I was like, man, I wish, like, if this character was instead a lawyer, it would be one of the best phone numbers to have. Because I can give you better deals than the devil. And the regular, like, 666 is, I work for the devil. I know how the devil makes deals. Thanks, Hockey. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. The amount of, like, stuff that went well, like when Halen first started out, the amount of things that just lined up perfectly was insane. It was crazy how well it did. When Halen first started working, like, just came to the city, hadn't even been a week, he had gone on 3 different sanitation runs with sub-leaders of all the different gangs. Plomi, or Manor. I can't remember who it was. I had one for I thought it was Besties, but they never told me they were Besties. I knew at OOC that it was. Someone from ADMC, and then who was the other one? I want to say Chaos Legion was the other one. So I had like 4 people who'd been, each one had been in the city longer and longer and longer. So I like started out with Gareth, who had been in the city for like 2 months, 3 months at that point, to a man who had been here for like 6 years, to another one who's been here for 7, to another one who's been here for like since the server started back in 1.0. Like, it was crazy. And I'm just like, I'm getting all this like good information, and it just kind of, I was like, man, again, if I was a criminal, I would have a pick, like, because all of them are like, give me a call if you want to run again, if you want to do anything like illegal, let us know. And it was just like, okay, yeah, I can do that. A lot of things kind of just fell into Halen's lap. The only thing that never fell into Halen's lap is a good criminal contact. He tried to get Louis involved, Louis Blanc from Hades. He tried to get Rain Farley from Ballas. He tried to get Beck from BBMC. He tried to get, what was the other one? Who's going to start working on someone from ADMC. He wasn't sure exactly how, but there was the thought too. Right now, with most of the city over at the courthouse, I am taking a roundabout way to get back to the apartments. Again, paranoia, hell of a drug. He ended up learning like 2 or 3 secrets really early on with people as well, which also just kind of helped like solidify what he was doing. And like and then things just kept falling into place. Like, I think the really funny part is like FIB stuff hadn't happened yet, but like the building had opened when I joined the server, and I was planning on like this building never being open. It's just, you know, it's a staging area, but it's not necessarily useful. Like, it's not a useful staging area, and it opened up right when I was like starting to get Whisper off the ground. And so Nina was just like, Nina was the first one because I ran into him. That's literally it. That is, I wasn't planning on recruiting Nino into this or like telling him anything until like I heard him talking to some of the cops, and then I was like, oh, this is like, this works. And then him like base planning with the boots and like helping him out, and then just giving him the SIM card, being like, hey, someone wants to meet with you. And I'm like, this works. Wasn't what I had in mind, but it works. To hit me, clear that. One of the things I'm currently trying to look for, so I'm doing two things while I'm driving. I'm one, trying to see I'm trying to figure out a good place to have a meeting, right? Whisper likes having meetings kind of out in the middle of nowhere. That radio tower just freaked me out because it looked like brake lights for a second. I was like, oh shit. But like, having the meeting here would be okay. Problem is there's a road there and a road back here, so it could be seen. You'd never have it at the sign itself. This is the one with Edgar and Brandon, because they want to meet tomorrow. So, naturally. But Whisper never meets in the same place twice, ever. But he meets in places that are relatively hard to get to, out of the way, so that no one just stumbles upon the meeting. And it has some cinematic, like, views. So, like, here's great because you see the prison, you see, like, all of Sandy Shores. Like, it's pretty good. Get the airstrip as well. Like, this is a pretty good spot. And if you go the other side, like, you have all of the city. So it doesn't matter which way you're looking. If you're looking this way, you see the city. If you're looking this way, you see, you know, Blaine County. If you look that way, you actually have the Fort Zancudo. I like having good spots. Again, really new to all this, so like I spend a lot of my free time looking for spots. If I'm not working for something. Right now, I can't work for anything, so this is a decent enough spot. The only issue is this right here, this road going up, means the meeting would happen. Hard edge, unfortunate. Means the meeting would happen right here. Right, so like, the only person up would be up here. And that way you can't be really seen. The more likely situation is if I can get Hades involved. Hades would be in these streets. So if that's the case, could be closer to like here or down here. Could be like down here. You can't really be seen. You can still see Sandy, but you'd have people in those trees willing to defend. Again, all Halen and Whisper knows is that Edgar and Brandon had talked a bit too directly about missiles and high yield missiles, and that they know when it's coming in. Like, they have an idea of like it might be brought in, which is, again, for normal people, whatever. For Halen, fuck, that's like red flag. That fits with what he thinks a reset, like an FIV reset would be dropping a nuke either into the ocean or on land. With the books he found in the bunkers, it much heavier pushes that it's on land. And now it's like, I need to know, did you do this? Did this get brought in? It's why he's willing to meet with them. It's like, hey, here are two things. One, did you just blow smoke up my ass when you basically said you were watching the FIB building? How come you never told me about the ciphers that are in there? Or the agents that are coming out? And then, did you ever hear about that missile? Again, a lot of players like to use potentially or allegedly as magic words. When you have someone who's paranoid or someone who thinks something like horrible is going to happen, and you hint that that might be actually happening, they don't hear the allegedly or the potentially, they hear the word. Not right now, Retro. More than likely, he is going to buy a camera, and then after he buys a camera, he'll do a little quick, he'll do a swap, clothing swap, and get the Whisper phone out, and then make a call to AK after that. But there is, again, because of how things have happened, he's going to warn AK that people who have talked to Whisper recently have all been shot at and or killed over the last couple of days. Which, again, is going to... Whisper's doing it because he's like, believes this is in good faith, right? That they're doing all of it, like, guerrillas are just learning and just trying to like figure out what's going on, and Whisper is very much like, I want to help. He's been warned by Margot previously to not trust them, but you know, the naivety of Halen is that he is still going to help them even if they don't like him. Halen, he doesn't care if people don't like him or don't like agree. He wants people to live. That's it. That's all he wants. And so warning them, the FIB might have infiltrated their gang, kind of does that. No. To me, Batman is someone who is trying to solve everything by himself and who does not want help. Whisper very much knows he cannot do it by himself. He knows that this is too much. If anything, Whisper was trying to initially be a information broker. So not like his ideals are, yes, closer to justice, and like wanting people to be safe. But his thing is not like I want civilians to be safe. His thing is I want everyone to be safe. Civilians.
What the fuck, dude?
Sorry, I actually didn't see you until I literally tapped you.
What'd you say, man?
Sorry, I literally didn't see you until I tapped you.
Oh, it's okay, brother. What's your goddamn name, fella?
Kyle.
Kyle. Nice to meet you, brother.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hey.
All right. Going back.
Well, that was awkward. That like he literally like I didn't see the car until I tapped it. We're gonna swap out phones. There's too many people around, so we're not gonna transform into Whisper here. We'll do it elsewhere. Probably Sandy. Typically, if there's only like 1 or 2 people, then I'd do it here. But here's not. So we 4. We'll do it elsewhere, but we'll at least get the number changed. In thanks, Potato Edge. Yeah, I even have when meetings happen, I'll show you, let you listen for a second. I have a different soundtrack I play. I try and turn it down so it's not as bad, but this is 100 beats per minute. This is heart rate, typically. Depending upon the meeting, goes up to 140. And that's where it'll stay. That's its resting. He's in a meeting. When he gets super stressed, goes up to 166. The problem with 166 is he has medication that can lower it, or he has to be out of the scenario within 5 minutes, which is roughly 30 end-game minutes. If he is stuck at 166 for 5 minutes, he has a heart attack. It has happened twice so far. At the moment, no one. He's not meeting necessarily with anyone. He is. I am calling AK. So Whisper's going to be calling AK, and asking if he has the question, because he had till today to ask the question, and then potentially Helios. head out. Right. Change clothes somewhere. Give Mr. AK a call. We will see. Here. Nice. Good. Get rid of move shops. Oh, right, I needed to do one other thing. I have something I need to do beforehand. Go and do it. I meant to do this a while ago and I keep forgetting, and now that it's going to potentially come up, I need to figure it out. Quick history for those of you in here who didn't hear it earlier or didn't know. Halen has been was involved with the FIB before, as well as went deep cover in the Leon crime family, where he was he learned torture techniques from. He has been tortured on extensively, and he has also done torturing. So he knows how to extract information, and he also knows how to somewhat hide it. So the thing is, I need to be able to show that. To do that, though, I need edit shirts, the arms and gloves, just this. We're gonna go real quick over here, change this out to something that has some pretty horrific scarring. See. I don't think there is. That's my other phone. Actually, this one, then that's something. There is not a way of doing it. That's unfortunate. Yeah, like this is all facial. I don't want facial. I want body. All right, and I'm gonna be swapping over to the voice changer because we are now in Whisper. So just letting you all know.
Here we are.
Hello.
You called?
Oh, sorry. Oh my God, thank God. Oh wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Was it you? Was that you?
Is what, mate?
It was not you. Oh. Fuck me. Okay, I don't know where I am. I am kind of on the run. Oh. Okay.
What do you need, Helios?
I need answers. I need fucking answers. And things are happening. I need. I've been hiding for like 4 days. It's bad. Ooh. Yeah. Someone was looking for me with a drone inside my house. I don't.
Okay. What happened to Margot? Helios.
She met with people that.
What happened to Randall? Helios.
He talked too much. Again.
Mm-hmm. What answers are you looking for?
Woof. About who thinks they are talking too much. I need to know what. Listen, I told the SIM card that they contacted you with, so I got that on me right now. I need. Can we meet? Can we meet up? I am trying to stay outside of the city.
Stay mobile, and we can talk over the phone. I'm not meeting with anyone today.
Okay. Oh, okay. Please don't follow me.
I'm not meeting with
oh my
him
God.
because of Margot and Randall. He had answers for both of them just now.
Okay. Yeah.
So what answers are you looking for, Helios?
Okay, I heard some names before all of that happened.
What names?
Brandon Valentino and Edgar. Edgar. What's his last name? I want to know what.
Castillo.
What?
Castillo.
Oh, yeah.
Del Castillo. You will learn in time. I do not trust you.
It's okay.
Answers are given first. Questions will be asked and answered on Saturday the 7th, as you know. Thus, more will be open to those who wish to join in. But until then, what I know stays with me unless you share something with me, shows you're invested.
What? I mean, I don't know much. That's what I'm looking for. I can tell you that someone had a drone looking at my house like 10 minutes ago.
Okay. The one
But I thought
in
it was
Bogos
you.
territory? No.
Yes. Like they're looking for me. Okay.
Well, there's only a couple of groups inside of the city that uses drones. So either the marshals are looking for you, the FIB are looking for you, or you pissed off Hydra or Hades.
Like a silent kind of drone?
Like,
the one that does not make sound?
You're looking more at marshals or FIB in that instance.
Okay.
I would suggest you change what you look like. You don't visit your houses. And
I mean, I've been sounding like that all day, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay.
You're not the
Oh my God.
first to be tracked. I would also highly suggest that you start slowly giving wrong information to people around you and seeing where these drones turn up.
Okay. Sorry, I'm back to the voice.
So, are you currently moving, Helios?
Yes, I am.
Running around or driving?
Driving.
What are you driving?
Like a yellow Figaro.
Okay.
Why? What's wrong?
You're going to want a less suspicious car. Yellow tries a little too much attention. The FIB are looking for you. Then they are aware of what cars you have, what cars you're driving, and which ones you might swap to.
Okay. No, stay there.
So,
I'm
you called because you're fleeing. You called because you want to know more.
The previous time I called because someone is looking for me, I guess. I mean, I knew people were drones. Oh my God.
And you're expecting me to know who's looking for you.
Yes, you probably know more than me right now.
Maybe. This is who's talked to you recently, and what have they shared with you that's you think might be a little too much?
Oh my God. What can I tell you that would be useful?
At this point, I don't know where you're starting from, so everything that is also too much.
Okay.
The most dangerous thing that you could have been told is probably what you're being wanted for right now. You either hide until whatever you were told comes to pass or is used, or you go to a group and seek protection and hope whatever group you go to likes you enough to hold you in their good graces. Until Saturday, I can provide you no protection.
Oh my God, okay.
Hydra,
Okay.
Hades, SOB, ADMC, all us.
Hydra, SOB, ADMC, but if it can provide me protection.
If you share with what you know, they might.
Oh my God. Hydra,
But-
SOB, ADMC, Bolas. Okay.
And potentially Hades.
Hades.
That is who I would turn to.
Okay.
Are you in the city right now, or are you out running around?
No, I am in Sandy right now. Oh my God. 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 Oh my god.
Anyone around you, or are you by yourself?
I was with Randy. Yeah, I'm with Randy. He's back in the car. Oh my god.
Interesting.
Okay, let me get him into another car. And let me get him into another car.
All right.
Sorry, I'm panicking a little. Yeah. Oh, drones. Why drones? Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. 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 Okay.
Which I 100% saw him and Randy. That's why I asked. Like I saw them running on the hill. Yeah, that was an old meeting spot. Who told you the information that's getting you in trouble, Helios?
I asked for it's okay. I asked some people in the gorillas stuff. Okay. I am the kind of person. Okay, no, let's stop the voice.
I like it too. It's just hard for me to understand it half the time.
Kind of person that follows orders, that does not really ask questions when I accept the job.
Mm-hmm.
After meeting with, well, I guess when Margot and Randy tried to contact you.
Mm-hmm.
They mentioned two names. Names of people that I've been working with for some time. So I started asking why those two names were mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. I got met with not even a wall information, just a wall, like nothing.
Well, the warning is accurate. The doom spiraling of this state and everyone in it is accurate. You don't want to potentially put your life at risk. I advise you to leave this state now. Do not come back.
I leave the state now. Okay. You are recommending to leave the state now. Okay.
If you do not want to stop, put your life on the line, you need to leave. If you do not leave and you do not fight, you will just die.
If I don't leave, if I don't fight, I will just die. Okay. What do you mean by fight? What are we fighting? What would I be fighting?
Answer the question, Helios. Who gains when crime rates go up?
Who gains when crime rates goes up?
The first question asked in the cipher.
Yes, I've heard other people talk about that outside of the cipher, actually. Who gains from that? People told me like the marshals, the government. Why?
Not the marshals, but the government would be an accurate statement.
Okay.
It would be a part of the government, more specific.
Part of the government. Crime.
deals
Crime.
with
With?
who deals with crime mainly in the federal government? Who deals with it? Who is in
Who deals
charge?
with crime?
In the at the federal level, country level.
The FIB? The IIA?
The FIB.
The FIB. Okay.
They have access to every single police department in every city in the country.
Okay. 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 I've asked about that. They have not been as active.
Well, have you checked the FIB building recently?
I have. It's. Okay.
I've heard that there's talk of agents walking around there every once in a while now.
There are agents at the FIB building, right? Not walking around.
Every once in a while they're walking around, but there's others that there are inside the city already a part of gangs in place to cause havoc. The time is right.
They are in gangs
already. If
there are FIB agents in gangs right now,
willing to cause chaos, increase crime, and let's give the government a reason to crack down on this state and eliminate anyone who has too much power or influence in it.
Okay. Oh my god.
Saturday, everyone learns this.
Saturday, everyone learns. Okay. We probably need to meet face to face for that. Okay.
For what reason, Helios? Why are you so hell set on meeting me when you yourself have just said to me you are being followed, wanted?
Because that means that they are probably listening to a lot of what you're saying.
And they don't know where I am, but they know where you are. And if you meet with me, they'll know where I am. And everything goes under. So again, why do you want to meet with me? Don't give me because I'm scared. Give me a reason.
I want to know who the fuck you are.
I am someone
How
who
do
has
you know
already
everything
died.
that you know? What do you mean someone who already died?
I'm someone who the FIB has already killed once for knowing everything I do.
The FIB has already, like, you came back from the dead, or they just tried to kill you?
A bit of A and a bit of B.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B. That's
not enough. I know.
Okay. Then, one question. What do you know about people coming back from the dead?
That they don't come back. Helios. Dead stay dead.
What do you mean? Because that is something that... Oh my god.
Because there's a god of death in the city? Are you
There's
sure?
a god of death in the city. What?
No. The lighthouse. God of
The lighthouse. A god of death.
I always wanted to know. He's at a lighthouse. Are you sure it's god of death and not god of the dead? Showing the ones who have died the right way to the afterlife instead of killing those. It's an interesting thought, isn't it? Why would God of Death be in a lighthouse who shines its light in the darkness, letting those who are lost know the way home safely?
Oh, yeah, that is.
It is also where the sun rises where new day dawns and hope comes from. If it was the god of death, I know I would be at the sunset, the twilight of your life.
That is poetic. Okay, then. I don't.
Stay
Like
alive,
gods.
Helios.
Wait, one last question. What do you know about the people that have been trying to defy death, man?
I don't know anything except that black ooze was involved. I have a sample of it.
Oh, okay.
Don't like it.
Like,
Let's just
does
say
it actually work? Is it?
I refuse to test to find out. It shouldn't, even if they say it does. You have. There's a lot of a person that goes into a person. When someone has died, we carry a part of them, of the one who died in us. Until we die, they can't return fully because we have a part of them.
Yeah, I do
It is
believe.
an imitation at best.
Yeah, I do believe if they haven't finished business, it is for the living to actually deal with it. Unfortunately. But I have heard about people trying to, well, let them come back to deal with it. Does that make sense?
Sounds like some selfish people.
Okay. Then why do you think the FIB would be looking into that? Like I think the keyword I think the keyword was like apparitions.
Apparitions? Ghosts?
Yeah, I think that would be the closest
That's
synonym.
My speculation, from what I know, is to either get answers of what's on the other side, or figure out how to call those back into form, into being, into a body to inhabit, so that they can live forever.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Oh. Okay. It's. Oh my god. What if there are some people that came back actually roaming around the city right now?
Are they
How bad
fully
is
back?
that? I don't know. That is something I'm looking into actually.
I would be interested as well. Can you give me a name or a location where they might be? I'll send someone to go look at it.
Okay, I can give you one thing that I know for sure happened. Someone ejected what's her name? Sonia with some of the black. I don't know what it did to her. I think she was still alive. I tried to kill people. I'm not sure if we have to worry about that.
I don't know. But I'll look into it. Thank you, Helios.
Okay.
Stay safe.
Okay.
Keep Randall safe. And I'll see you on Saturday.
You really can't.
No.
Tell me who you are.
I can't. Not yet. I don't trust you, Helios. You shouldn't trust me either. We don't know enough about each other. I can give you a name, and you have no way of knowing if it's the truth or not. I'd rather
Can you try?
Can I try?
Yeah. I want to know if I can tell if you're lying.
Helios.
Yeah.
We've met face to face before. Does that answer your question?
A little bit, actually.
A little bit? How about this? You sold me some wood in a rainstorm.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Now, my turn. I need to trust you.
Yes.
Who are you working with besides Margot and Randy?
I was trying to work with Billy, but I don't think he's open to it.
With who?
Billy.
Billy? Okay. Anyone else?
I mean, not anymore. I was going to tell you the gorillas, but not anymore.
You were working for the gorillas, but not anymore.
Yeah? Did you
Why
not know
not?
that?
I had an inkling. It was a little obvious that you texted me, and then less than 6 hours later, the gorillas did.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I got that SIM card if you wanted.
The one from them?
Yeah.
I was wondering. Why did you take it?
Because like I said, I wanted answers. They were not willing to give them, so I don't think they needed those from you, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, that lines up with what I've been told. I appreciate it. You being honest with me. What? That being said, Helios, the last bit that you want to know why everything matters. Very big missile about to go boom.
What? Oh my fucking god. Yeah. Is it sure thing?
Yes. You stumbling tells me you know what I'm talking about, which means they know as well. Because they have joined together, have they not?
Together with who?
With
With who? With us. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
To make sure that you have their SIM card after we're done, immediately put theirs in. If you have it on you currently, or is it somewhere else?
I do have it on me right now. Yes.
After this call, in 1 minute, you will need to put that SIM card in and just send me HO. That's it.
Oh. Okay.
Just so I know it's you. You have 1 minute. Starting.
Yep.
Now. Bye, Helios.
Okay. Ooh. Bye.
Was not expecting that turn. This unfortunately ruins it, so it actually doesn't make sense to even do that. We will just put in 4, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39,
40, 41, 42, 43, 4, 45, 46, 47, 48, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 56, 57, 8, 9 minutes. He doesn't have the SIM card. Okay, the voice changer should be off now. I did change it off in the middle of the counting, I know. With that, we're going to do another real quick minute of ads, just to make sure, because AK is next. So, this one's going to be an interesting one, because with what Helios just said, what Margot said, this is going to go really interesting. I can't wait. So, I'm going to go ahead and start the ads, and then we'll be right back. Yes, AK from the Gorillas. But we are going back to the voice changer, because we might as well.
Do I do unknown number, or do I call him mine?
Also, chat real quick before I do this. Halen does have the thought process that there is not a god of death. It is god of the dead, and that people want him to be the god of death because that way they can bring back the dead, which isn't how it would work. It would be the god of the dead who can then bring the dead back to life. God of death could only kill. They couldn't exchange. That's not how that would work. But someone who would... So I found out from Duke Ramsey, who Halen met at the lighthouse, because Halen was just like, Halen loves sunsets and sunrises a lot. They're very special to him. And so he has been making it a point, as you've seen in, if you were here before the stream started, or before I got into the server, that he has, there's a bunch of sunrises. And he had at one point, like, it was like, oh, there is a lighthouse here. That's weird. I didn't understand what it was and was just kind of like sitting on the rocks because it was breaking waves. And he was like, yeah, this would be a good spot for like to be for a sunrise, because like, you know, the ocean, waves, the lighthouse behind him just seemed nice. And then he heard something and was like, what the hell is going on? And ended up seeing like someone grieving. It was just like, that's like, oh, I'm sorry, and then leaves. And then sees Duke, who's a fellow doctor, like on the shore basically, and he's just like, what are you doing here? And Halen's like, I just came here to see the sunset or the sunrise. And he's like, oh yeah, no, this is a special place. This is the god of death lives here. And that kind of struck Halen as weird. He's like, yeah, there's like this, the theory is like there's the god of death, Norman Bones. And Halen's just kind of like, that's weird. Like, that's just weird. That's not a thing. But you know, like, because this wouldn't make any sense. But like, both of them don't, like, God of Death doesn't make sense for a lighthouse for Halen. Like, Halen's really good with like symbology, and he's just like, this doesn't, like, a lighthouse is to save people, right? It's to show them that it's rocky shores, and to guide ships in the dark. Hi. Abaconda Sith Witch. And so for him, he's just like, no, are you sure it's God of Death and not God of the Dead? Because God of the Dead would make more sense, right? I have not seen this before. hilariously, a great meeting spot. Because the God of the Dead would be showing those who have lost their way in death where to go. Go to the afterlife. It would also be kind of like a calling ceremony for at the new day, like all of those who are who have lost, who have died, all their souls would gather and would show them the way out, the way forward. And that just makes sense to me, right? Like that's just makes so much more sense than God of Death. So, yeah, that's Halen's current theory about the lighthouse is like it is God of the Dead, not the God of Death. And people are asking a deity something, if it is even a deity, to go against its nature, which makes no sense. All right, really quickly, I'm gonna hide over here for a second. I need to go to the bathroom again before I do this because I just realized, like, I've been drinking so much water today to try and get out of this. Yeah, kind of. But this. The other thing is, I don't want people to see. So, I will be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. we're back. Sorry. Body decided that I'm relaxed enough now. So, we're going back to the voice changer. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Hola, hello there.
Let's go ahead and let's make sure it works. It's working.
Hello?
Mr. Caption, you have a
going on?
question.
Yeah, I do have a question.
Let's go away.
What's next? What's next?
I will give you another chance to ask that question, as it is too vague, and I do not want to spoil it. What's next for what? In what way?
What are we to expect from the scavenger hunt?
Answers on how this city runs, Mr. Caption. Answers on who holds the levers and the strings.
The strings you said?
Mm-hmm. You are being toyed with, Mr. Caption. You are a puppet on strings.
What makes you think that?
Because you are doing their work for them.
Who are they? Who are they?
Who benefits from increased crime rates, Mr. Caption?
I don't know. FIB? Is that
They
what you want me
do.
to say?
Yes.
So is it the FIB?
Most likely.
So is the enemy FIB and you said I'm their string? How does that mean? How am I their string?
You are on their strings because, Mr. Caption, you are doing crime. You are giving them the reasons to increase their power. You are paying them to buy their weapons, their drugs. You are giving them a reason to eventually cause the city to be reset, and your lives will be forfeited at that time. Because they cannot have you, who have influence and power, contest
You
them.
realize there's always been crime, right, in the city, and it
There
used to
has
be a
been.
lot worse.
It was.
Why
and
now?
Now, because the cops are useless. You've seen the state of this city. Multiple days at a time, there are 2 officers on duty for the entirety of the city. Is that enough to stop crime? Any crime? No, it's not.
You're not wrong.
And so, they're having to escalate faster than they ever have before. Because gangs are being more polite to each other, working together, ending wars after only a week instead of months. There are no money sinks, and so gangs are just hoarding wealth. And eventually, they can buy off politicians at the federal level.
So you want me to stop committing crime? Is that what this
No.
is?
That's unrealistic. We both know that. The idea is stopping buying their things. There's enough guns in the city to arm everyone with 3. We are self-sufficient on weed. We're not self-sufficient on fentanyl or oxy. those still exist and they are providing them to certain people at certain times. We stop those. Some gangs have tens of millions of dollars already. The government even probably more so. The city can run itself. We do not need the FIB to be involved anymore.
What's your obsession with the FIB?
Obsession? I want us to be free, Mr. Caption. Not illusion of freedom, actual freedom. Because with actual freedom, what you choose to do actually is your choice and not your illusion of choice. People aren't dying because the FIB just wants to add a body count. People are dying because they believe in something and want to follow it through to the end.
Respectfully, Mr. Whisper, I think there's a lot more that's happening that you have no idea about. I have the information. There's a lot of people that have very valuable information.
I'm aware. And
But if you're serious about this and you want to do something about it, I'm not doing this over the phone.
Understood.
I told you this last time as well, right?
I understand, Mr. Caption. I will meet with you after next week. Right now,
Sounds good.
the city's a little too hot. But
yeah,
after next
is
week,
it getting too hot for you too?
I like being cautious. It's gotten me this far in life.
I understand you're trying to be cautious, but there's some information that's willing to take risks on. You said information has a price. Every information has value, right?
Mm-hmm. And it has a price.
And the price. And if you want the actual information, not the information off the streets, you have to take some risks. You know that.
I do, and I've taken some. Some have paid off and others have not. And right now, I'm paying that price. And if I go pay any more, let's just say, well, it's not going to matter anymore. What I would like the city to be or to have isn't going to matter. I won't be here to... It's the city's choice, Mr. Caption. It is not mine. I am merely a messenger. I am not the one who brings... I am not a messiah. I am not... I'm not someone who
Maybe
is
you're
going
right.
to love this.
Maybe you're right. And maybe you're wrong.
Maybe.
But you're not willing to take the risk to find the information.
Disagree. I've taken many risks already, talking to you being one of them. By the way,
How is this taking the risk?
how is this taking a risk? Mr. Caption, I'm not an idiot. You tell Edgar that I will meet with him tomorrow, but that he should take another look at the FIB building before he does. I don't want any more smoke up my ass.
Well, you said you're not going to meet with anyone until next Saturday. What's so special about Edgar?
I made a promise. I keep my promises. I made that promise to him before things happened in this city. I intend to keep them. Do not tell lies, nor do I break promises, Mr. Caption. This is the antithesis of what I am.
So you want me to tell Edgar that you want to meet with him tomorrow and you're actually going to come forward?
He already knows that I'm meeting with him
Already
tomorrow.
know.
He should. If he doesn't,
What
then
time?
that's its only... he'll let you know. He already has the information.
Are you talking about Edgar or Brandon?
Oh, they're both in it together. I assume they both are showing up. If only one's showing up, well, doesn't change much. But it does make you wonder.
Well,
Stay safe,
hopefully,
Mr. Caption.
hopefully you guys figure out what you're trying to figure out tomorrow.
I hope so. I'll be
I
in
just want to let
touch.
you know I'm still not convinced.
I don't
of what
expect
the
you to
plan is.
be convinced. No one should be convinced off of mere words. It's why I respect you, Mr. Caption. If you are easily convinced with words, it means someone else can easily convince you with words as well. Just be safe. And ensure
well.
that when people do tell you things, it's everything and not what you want to hear.
All right. That went actually better than I thought it would. That was a very tame question. That was so tame. I was surprised. And like, in some ways, I was being short on purpose. Like, Whisper is slightly different than Halen. You can't tell. But the idea of like, I'm going to tell you the truth, but you need to, like, you asking what's next isn't enough. Why is there an officer out here? That's weird. That's fucking weird. What the fuck? I can't walk. Yeah. I was just driving fucking around. That is so many trams. Yeah, there's a hacker. I can see all the. I'm gonna drive this way. Yeah, they're slowly like going that way. That's weird. So you just see all of those like trams. Oh.
Why is there somebody in a car over here?
I don't know.
Can you move your car?
Making sure that's not me, yeah. Well, I was like, I'm not moving the car until like something else happens.
That was fucking weird. Well, God's decided to play. And yeah, I noticed, like him trying to like lead to others and asking other questions. I was trying to like kind of answer, but not really give a full answer because he's already asked. And now it's just like, now it's the standoffishness because that's what needs to happen. But I also was like, in a lot of ways, Halen respects someone who is like, I don't trust you. And he's like, good, you shouldn't. I wouldn't have. Like, if our roles were reversed, I would not have trusted whatever someone has said. At face value, that makes no sense. Like, what I'm saying to Halen, like, as Whisper, if it was said to Halen, logically would make sense. Like, oh yeah, that's actually how this is working. Huh, I didn't think of it that way, and would do something about it. And might like be like, okay, well, I'll look into this myself, and then see how things go. But right now, it's like trying to stop what's to come. Halen's expecting that like it's still in the planning phase. Like they haven't pushed it further along, and if it becomes like that, like things change. And I think it's really like he's trying to be like, oh well, you know, information has risk, and you need to learn to take risks. And if it was 3 days ago, Halen might have done it. Like Whisper might have made that like risk, taken that risk. But with 2 of his people, 1 person dead, 2 people harmed, shot, like 1 shot, 1 lobotomized. He's not taking that risk anymore. Like that's, and then talking with Gareth, and Gareth basically going like, if you die, this is over with. Like you can't die. Kind of makes him go like, I have to double check my risk. Like I have to now verify things. I can't just go completely with gut, even though he wants to. He can't. Margot. Checking to make sure voice mod is off.
Hey, Robbie, how you doing?
All right. Let's try giving Margot 1 more call. We'll need to swap back over to Halen's phone, so I have to go back to the apartments. Margot 1 more call, and because of how I am feeling, probably gonna call it there just so I can get a little early to bed because I am on 5 hours of sleep. I am also still just gonna recover, because tomorrow is at least 12 hours, depending upon when I wake up. If I wake up early and can get breakfast, if I can hit the gym, I will, but if I am not feeling up for it, then I will just stream early, and we will do some of that tomorrow. Yeah, I normally do 12 hours on the weekends. Saturday and Sunday usually are 12-hour days. Also, actually, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are 12-hour days. Normally. I will mention again, after Sunday, because of how this is going, there is another side to everything, right? So this is one side of what is happening. There's another side, and there's prep work and stuff that has to go on for that too, because I need to, again, if everything is fine tomorrow, if you know, whatever happens, and I come out, like Halen comes out okay, relatively okay, then other things have to happen to make the story continue. At least the idea I have for the story. Again, that can always change, that can always be different. But I need to play as that is up to everyone else. Marshall. That is no longer my I'm pretty much out of this story loop, right? I die, right? Or I should say if Halen dies, I am not going to try and force another character into this. Halen is this side of the story. The other side of the story, from my end, doesn't exist really without him. Which is kind of sad, but also it makes sense from like overview perspective, that there needs to be two sides of a story, and if one side is gone, the other side in some ways can still happen, unless it's supposed to be like a foil, right? And the other side right now that I have is a foil. It is meant to make everyone on Halen's side better. He tries, like he's trying to get Gareth to continue on to continue it, but just because he wants him to doesn't mean he's going to, right? It's unfortunately I just say, like, both me and Halen are a little too reserved in some aspects to have made that close of a connection with anyone else in the time that we've been playing. We've been in this city. Because what you're asking is Halen trusting someone completely with everything. Gareth is not even trusted with everything. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's not trusted with everything. He's trusted with most things. Gareth knows roughly 90% of stuff. And looks like ads just rolled, so we will wait the minute. But yeah, there's so much on the other side of this. Oh, not found. All right. I think for the most part, people are back, roughly. So Halen, Halen has to trust someone like 90% to include them. He had someone else initially, even before Gareth, had someone who he was going to like run this with, potentially, which was Faye Pierce, but she stopped coming around. It felt kind of random. I am unsure what happened, but it was like a lot of stuff going on. And then she just stopped. So unsure what happened, if like she started playing like Prodigy or Purple or something and just like really preferred that. If she just was like, I'm not having fun anymore and stopping, life happening, majority, like there's a lot of stuff. That was gonna be someone. If I had like pie in the sky, this entire thing would have started with Halen coming up with this and it roping in, like I would have been in right when Breckers died. So I would have tried to rope in Mickey Sinclair, so Blau, and Slacks, so Sab. Because what Halen was trying to do was cover everything. Mickey would be the person who could get all the who's connected to who and like knows the city really well. And Sab would be the person who would go out and stop certain groups from doing something. And so they're connected to each other. And then I'm loosely connected afterwards and helping like get information and distribute it and like make the city what it should have been for Breckers. Was kind of like the end, the idea of like I can, in all honesty, I can use them because what Breckers wanted, like a city for Breckers, would have fit perfectly with what the city of what Halen would want, which is, ooh, guess we ended at the right time. But really quickly, let's give Margot a call.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
What happened to you?
What do you mean?
You got shot repeatedly?
Yeah, a whole bunch of
has
times.
A lobotomy?
Oh, yeah.
And was
Yeah,
also
that was-
shot?
Yeah.
That was also what?
No, nothing. No. Hey, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you have the black goo?
Why? Beck
Yeah, why?
gave it to me.
Vec gave it to you?
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him about it.
It's
What?
gone.
But
It's
why?
gone.
What were you doing with it?
I
Where'd you
was
put
trying
it?
to run tests and see how to stop it from infecting anyone.
Okay, well, where'd you take it?
Foundry, like I said,
Where's the foundry?
in Cyprus.
I don't know where that is either. I don't know where stuff is.
Why?
Look, I wanna see it. I wanna see it.
Why, Margot?
I just think it's really weird that you had that stuff. I think it's very strange, and that you kept it from me. Why did you keep it a secret from me, huh?
I didn't know
No,
it was
you didn't tell me about it. It was important. It was really important.
I didn't know it was important to you.
Why wouldn't it be important to me? That was a life-altering experience.
Because at the moment, you didn't remember anything of what happened during that process. And when I brought it up, you kept denying that it was even a thing. So instead of traumatizing you, I thought I'd just not try and push it anymore.
Secrets make trauma. Secrets make trauma.
And pushing trauma makes trauma.
And you know what else? There's a lot of people who are asking me about you.
Like who?
I don't want to talk. I can't talk about it.
Margot.
I can't tell you. I can't.
Okay, you don't have to tell. You don't have to give me their names. If I say names, can you say yes and no?
No.
Okay, fair. Figured it was at least an option.
It's not an option. It's not an option.
It's not.
I got hurt because of you. I got hurt because of you.
Sorry.
Really bad. I almost died.
I didn't know. Then I won't be around anymore. You don't get hurt.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I won't involve you anymore.
You don't gotta involve me anyway.
Well, I thought you wanted to help out with swapping everything.
Of course I did.
Yep. But I didn't know you were gonna get hurt like that. So now that I know, and why I called to try and find out, I won't involve you
Listen,
anymore.
everything was fine. I was doing everything by myself up until now, and now all of a sudden, people are talking about the Whisperer, and now everybody's trying to die.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's scary, at least.
I don't know what you did, Halen. I don't know what you did, but this is not good. This is really bad.
Yeah. Stay away from Helios.
Why?
Because he's working with Edgar.
What's your proof?
Proof is I called him today because he wanted to talk and he kept insisting on meeting. And the only reason he gave is he's being hunted by someone. And he kept insisting, despite me saying that it is bad to be... If he's being hunted, he needs to get out of the city for a while. He kept insisting on meeting instead. Insistently. Like, incessantly. Like, just over and over and over again.
Should we set him up?
For what?
Because I knew I couldn't trust him. I knew I couldn't trust him. If he's working with them, I mean, he's got Randall. He's got
Oh.
Randall.
He also was
I'm
asking
here
about
with him.
Black Ooze.
Yeah, he's talking about a lot of stuff.
My guess is he's on their side of it.
Randall.
Of things. And he might be more involved than anyone thinks. But I don't have proof. All I know is I heeded your words. I did not trust him. I did not trust gorillas. I'm going to continue with what I was doing. I thank you for your help, input, and your insight. Sorry you got hurt. Sorry Randall got hurt. And then I did that. I'm the reason. Need to blame anyone, blame me. But this...
Good luck, Halen.
We're done. Stay safe out there, Margot. Get out while you can. Well, that is back to... Oh my gosh, almost like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Lost two informants, a potential operator. Yeah, he's lost a lot. He might have gotten Louis back. Might have gotten Louis instead. He swapped out the operator. But he's gonna tell Louis hey, this shit is not good. And if you want out, now's the time to get out. Because you're not fully associated yet. Yeah. So there's a lot with all of this. But Halen's gonna keep going. He has to. For many different reasons. He has to. Even if it's by himself. I think I put the camera in the car and I didn't pull it out. But yeah. So for the most part, probably end it there tonight. As there's not a lot else I can do as Halen right now. We are waiting for tomorrow. I am unsure when the meeting will happen. That's why I'm waking up as early as I can, so that we can, you know, be involved. I was gonna go one of two ways. 90% of the way is Halen's gonna be abducted, going to be tortured, and he's going to be killed. That's most likely. There is a probably 2% chance that he convinces both, or at least one of Edgar or Brandon, that whoever they're working for is going to kill them in the end, because they're loose-lipped. They're that pressed on how he learned everything. You know, that's what it's gonna be. And then there's like another like 2-3% chance that if Halen can get his gun license tomorrow, Gareth, Louis, and like 3 more people from Hades or from from different groups to be like defend this area, like talking, and then as soon as like putting down a camera, seeing when, you know, the gorillas and tripas come a knocking, because again, this is what Louis basically alluded to, and Halen's like, yeah, no, that makes way more sense, or that makes a lot of sense, which is like putting a camera up so that they can see what's going on, and then they can intercept in a way, or at least follow and get me out, because they might like do a bunch of stuff. But if they can fish me out of whatever body of water they chuck me into or anything like that, then there's a chance. I will say, if I get Halen is going to not. He'll have the 5 minutes. They have the 5 minutes of torture, basically, because his heart rate will immediately hit max. And if they try to shock his heart, it's not going to work, because he has a piece of metal in his heart, which is why he has a handy dandy little document. Notes. Do not use adrenaline, and actually it should have been also no AEDs, so no shocking of the heart, because he has a piece of metal in his heart that is highly conductive, and so it will conduct and absorb all of the electricity, which will burn the in between, like the lower parts of the heart, so the lower chambers, which are and why am I forgetting? Because you have the atria, and then you have the my brain's not working right. But the lower parts of the heart, it burns right in between, which could either cause it to break, and then he basically suffocates in a way, or it just burns his heart severely and causes it to fully contract and never uncontract, which is a heart attack. You've seen a lot of hospitals where like you have the really quick beeping, really high BPM, and then it flatlines. The flatline is because the heart has completely contracted. Instead of rapid contractions, it's just a full contraction, and it holds. And so you don't have the spikes anymore. But that would happen after with the shock, for sure. And then if they give adrenaline, it would only further that. They would have to give him a form of tranquilizer, and beta blockers. If you give a regular tranquilizer, it won't do anything, because it needs to flow through the blood, which requires the heart to pump, which the heart's not pumping, so the blood's not flowing. There's a lot of issues. So they have 5 minutes to get information out, and during that 5 minutes, Halen will be trying to reason with them. Not. And you'll see how that goes. I have ideas. And then like the other 1% chance, or like 2 different 1% chances that exist, is Halen gets away somehow, gets shot, able to get in his car and flee. or 2, if he is armed, able to shoot down everyone, and then question them. There was a nice little idea I had at one point in time, which is one-on-one conversation with Brandon, or what he thinks is one-on-one, but it's actually like 3 to 1. And he would be, if things went south, it would be putting him down and then going to the hospital, Halen turning into a doctor, doing surgery on him, and basically putting him into either a medically induced coma or outright trying to kill him by causing an aneurysm in his brain. Like, there's some fucked up shit you can do. What Halen almost did to Brittany Angel is just blood, like a air bubble in the blood bag, and so as the air bubble would get into the vein and it would stop the stop your heart from beating first, like, because it would stop at one of the atria, and or it would travel all the way up to the brain and then cause an aneurysm. There would be increased pressure right there. Just a lot of shit you can do. For those of you wondering, I was trying to do med school for a while, so I have a decent amount of medical background. But that being said, I am already starting to fade a little bit. So I appreciate you all sticking around. Appreciate follows. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully at Storm, or even a little bit before Storm, just to see what's going on. To kind of continue this and hope everything progressing forward. And then I'm planning on staying as Halen the entire day. Entire 12 hours. Give them as many times as possible, or as much time as possible to catch him, or find him. I'm not planning on making it easy. I'm not planning, like Halen, again, very paranoid right now. He is very skittish with everyone dying, being shot at, being hurt horribly. So he's kind of on the run. But with that, I hope you all have a great rest of your days, evenings, mornings, wherever you are.